Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's topic is titled From Market Gap to Market Leader, how I built We Clean It All into a cleaning empire. Previous topic, from employee to entrepreneur, I spoke about how I found a market gap where a customer called in requesting for a professional cleaning service in which my previous employer did not provide. This gap inspired me to open We Clean It All. Regis asked an excellent question in the comments. He asked, what were the next steps you took after finding this market gap? In this video, I'm going to talk about those steps, hoping to inspire you to pursue your entrepreneur journey if you have found a market gap or have business idea. The first step I took was I went home and drafted a business plan. This was not your traditional business plan with SWOT analysis and financial projection, but this was a simple to-do list. I later on went and presented this business plan to my sister, who approved of it because she could relate to the problem that I was trying to solve, which is end of lease cleaning. I later on went and spoke to my mom because I would have to stay with her for the next 5 years until business picked up. Please note, I did not leave my 9 to 5 without testing the market. In fact, it took me 9 months for me to resign from my job after finding this market gap. I encourage you to buy yourself a notebook and write down every thought that comes to mind regarding your business idea. This practice will allow you to create a mind map and join those missing pieces. Let's do this. Here's the list. Number 1 was target market. A lot of starting entrepreneurs get this one wrong, and I did myself as well. I thought everyone in Randburg would be my customer, so I targeted everyone that stayed in the Randburg area. Number 2 was marketing, how I was going to attract customers. I printed out pamphlets in which I distributed in mailboxes and put under people's doors if I was late into a complex. And if I struggled getting into a complex, I'll speak to security because they knew who was moving in and who was moving out. And for every successful referral, I would give the security something. And if I struggled convincing the security, I would wait every week for the local newspaper to come, and I would put my pamphlets inside these newspapers, hoping that when the potential customers opened this local newspaper, my pamphlet would fall out. At that time, I did not have enough money for me to professionally print pamphlets. So I would go to the internet cafes. And I'd created a template in which I would print, take home, and cut out. I had made about 1,000 pamphlets, and out of these 1,000 pamphlets, I think I ended up just getting only 2 customers. So this method of marketing at that time did not work for me. I then later on decided to print posters. I printed the posters and put them on shop notice boards and on libraries. These posters had the tear off tab with my contact details. This method did not work for me very well because most people who called me were not calling me to provide a cleaning service. They were calling me seeking for job opportunities. But I did strike it lucky when I put the poster in the complex that I was staying in. But for me to be able to put the poster in this notice board, I had to go speak to the caretaker. So I remember going to speak to the caretaker, and the caretaker happened to have red carpets. I shared with him about my business venture, and I offered to clean his carpets for free, which I did, and he was pleased. He then later on introduced me to a property management company. This property management company was very excited about the business that I had started, purely because of the caretaker who had put in a very good recommendation for me. The name of the property management company was James Lang Real Estate. There I was introduced to Sean, Belinda, and Julia. These guys were really awesome. The first thing they had asked me was, where's your company profile and business cards? I did not have a company profile, no business cards at that time. So these guys were actually kind enough to show me what my competitors was doing. So they sent me the template of the business card plus the company profile. Number 2 on the to-do list was to print business cards. Since the pamphlets and the posters didn't work out for me, I then decided to print out business cards. And when I started distributing business cards to people, I realized that they held on longer to business cards than they did with pamphlets. So even though I didn't get business immediately, later on I received inquiries from customers saying, hey, I got your business card here. Please come and provide your carpet cleaning service. Number 3 on the to-do list was create a company profile. Since now I had the template to create my own company profile, I went to the internet cafe, because these were the internet cafe days. I copied and pasted the company profile that was given to me by the property management company, and I created my own. After creating company profile, I went back to the property management company and I gave them the company profile with my business card, and they'd actually suggested that I approach more property management companies and leave this company profile with the business cards, which I did, but I will later on go into detail how this worked out as well. Number 4 on the to-do list was open a bank account. My sister's good friend, Petunia, suggested that I open a business account. This will make the company look a little bit more professional, and you should split your personal and business transactions. Number 5 on the to-do list was to choose company colors. So I had done a research, and the colors that stood out for me were blue, light blue, and white. Dark blue is trust, authority and confidence, intelligence and expertise. Light blue, calm, peacefulness, openness, clarity, freshness, and innovation. White, simplicity, efficiency, and precision, space, and freedom. Together, dark blue, light blue, and white create a balanced brand identity that conveys trust, liability, calmness, approachability, purity, and simplicity. And this is why I chose those 3 colors for my brand identity. Number 6 on the to-do list was create a company logo. It is very important to have a recognizable company logo, which from previous experience working different companies, which was vital for the business. So I had decided to create my own company logo, which was an epic fail. I remember trying to use SpongeBob SquarePants and making him hold a broom and a mop, and that would have been my company logo. And I remember my sister totally disapproving of this idea. I was then introduced to a guy called Lindile. Lindile then created my company logo, which we see now. And just to add on, Lindley eventually also became a very good customer of mine. We provided carpet and upholstery cleaning services for him. And I think he had also had flooding in his apartment, and he had called me. And he had asked me this question: where do you see this logo or this company in the next 10 years? And I said I saw this company being everywhere and our logo hanging high. Number 7 on the to-do list was company image. And this was specifically how I wanted us to look. And from also experience working in these big professional companies, how we dressed played a vital role how customers saw us. So I loved the idea of wearing golf shirts with chinos, and that was then what we wore, and that is what we still wear now. Number 8 on the to-do list was transportation and branding of the company vehicle. I was blessed then for my sister to have helped me purchase my famous red car, which was the Uno. And how I branded the car was I didn't have enough money at that time for me to professionally have the car branded nor get the side magnets. So I had gone to the internet cafe. I printed out our company logo and I laminated it, and I took press stick and I had stuck it on both sides of the car. So since I also use this car to go to work, so every time I went to work, I'd have to pull out the stickers from the car. Number 9 on the to-do list was to get a manual, invoice, and quoting book. In those days, it was easier to basically just manually write a quotation and manually write an invoice. Number 10 on the to-do list was register the company name. I was introduced to a guy called Angele, who unknowingly became a mentor to me. This was my go-to person every time I needed business advice. So when it came to registering in the company, he assisted me with that. He had introduced me to a company called, I think it was called the Shelf Company, who registered businesses. And those are the guys that I chose to register my company with. The initial company name that I wanted, it was based on the movie that I'd watched, The Cleaner. So I wanted our company name to be called The Cleaner. But I also had to choose 9 other names, and I think I chose company names such as 4-Season Cleaners, All-Season Cleaners, etc. Number 10 on the list was We Clean It All, and that's the name that actually got registered. I was a little bit disappointed because it wasn't my first choice. I had to write a plan for challenges. I mean, when I saw the market gap, the first thing that I saw was a lot of buildings in Randburg, and I just saw me making a lot of money from those buildings. But then I also had to think what would happen if I was not going to be able to get customers. So I'd written a number of things that, I would push more advertising, I would go further than Randburg. And because I'd written this, my sister was more confident that I would actually survive in the business. Number 12 on the to-do list was cleaning material and chemicals. Since I was already working for a company that hired out cleaning equipment, and every time you hired out a carpet cleaning machine, it came with chemicals. And since this was what I started with, it was easy for me to basically just go to the shops and hire a carpet machine, and they gave the chemicals to me. And every now and then, they would allow us to use the cleaning equipment to clean our homes. And I would literally book customers on those days to go and service the customer rather. Number 13 on the to-do list was buy on cleaning equipment. And in those days, I was not aware of many funding companies. So the best way that I was able to purchase this cleaning equipment was by getting a credit card, which Absa Bank had actually given me. And they had actually given me a credit of, I think, 40,000 Rand then. And this was all because my mom had taught us something very vital growing up, that we needed to always keep a clean credit history. And that meant us paying our bills on time. And because I had a clean credit history and because I paid most of my accounts on time, it was easy for me to get a credit card, which then I used to purchase the cleaning equipment, which was the vacuum cleaner and the carpet cleaning machines, buckets, a few mops, and a few microfiber cloths. So, Regis, those were the next steps that I took after finding the market gap. I hope they'll inspire you to pursue your entrepreneurship journey. Please stay connected and subscribe as in the next video, I'm going to talk about taking the leap of faith. That's me fully resigning from my work and taking this entrepreneurship journey heads on. So I'm going to share a lot, and which will help you grow your business, and hopefully that you don't repeat the same mistakes that I did. So please subscribe and stay tuned. This will benefit you, and this will help you grow your business.